Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Max back with another YouTube video here. It's kind of been a minute here. I haven't posted a video in just a little bit of time here, but today I'm going to be doing a video on my new to me, let's see if we get it there, Yamaha R1. So it's a 2016, and I just kind of want to do like a breakdown on everything that's been done to it. It has quite a bit of mods done to it. It was originally a track bike, planning to keep it that way, but I've just done a few things that help modify it to be a little bit better on the street. But let's go ahead and get started, take a look at it, and yeah. So let's get started here. The base of the bike is a 2016 Yamaha R1. I'm going to be starting off with the engine here. It's pretty basic. It has a tuned by Attack Racing and a full Akrapovic exhaust system. This is going to be the system that's not just the Y pipe. It also includes a set of headers as well. Other than that, engine's pretty stock. Moving on to the chassis, it does have some protection. We do have frame sliders mounted on there left and right by Litec. We also have front and rear axle sliders from Walmart. Following that, there are some bar end sliders from Litec as well. That's going to be on left and right. Other than that, chassis setup and the engine, pretty basic platform, but it is a good starting point. Suspension wise, it does have an Öhlins TTX shock. It's been revalved and set up for the previous owner's weight. Following that, we have the Nix cartridges. These are the drop-in cartridges from Öhlins. Great upgrade, a lot more support, and a lot more adjustment that you can make. So suspension wise, it does have some pretty nice stuff going on there. You know, I know a lot of people will upgrade to complete forks, but honestly, for track use, and honestly for me, I'm a pretty novice rider, this setup is it's pretty stellar. As you can see here, it does have upgraded brakes. So these are going to be the Brembo rotors. These are the full floaters with no bushings. Just helps on track, keep the rotor running center, and eliminate some of that drag. It also has core moto brake lines that are going to be connected to these GP4RS calipers. It also has SBS brake pads in there, and that's a great upgrade from stock, especially on the pre-2025 models without the stylemas. Moving on, the master cylinder, it's going to be a 19mm piston on an RCS. This is Brembo's, I don't want to say entry level, but it's their mid-range right before you get to the Corsa Corda. It's great braking power. The only difference is the Corsa Corda, it's going to be made out of a little bit fancier materials. It's going to be forged, the lever's a little bit different. And that is also connected to remote brake adjuster from Zeta. Basically, this allows you to change the throw, or not just the throw, the where your lever kind of sits in your hand while you're riding. So as your brakes heat up, you'll get a little bit of fade. You're never going to get rid of that. Your lever's going to start to sink a little bit, and instead of reaching out, trying to change an adjuster down a straight, you're going to be wide open, so you're not going to be able to reach it. That's why they put these on there, so that way I could crank some preload in there while still being on throttle. Furthermore, in the cockpit, it does have a Graves ignition delete, so there is no ignition whatsoever. The power on, power off is just going to be with the kill switch. I hit the kill switch, cuts power. Other than that, the cockpit is pretty stock. We have stock clip-ons, and we have a stock clutch perch. It does have an upgraded Zeta clutch lever. It also has I'm not sure who makes it. I don't know if it's Attack, but it does have a 3-button cluster here. Gets rid of the turn signal, the high-low headlight controls, and simplifies it a little bit just by having these 3 buttons, so you can go up, down on the numbers, and centers to change which column you have selected. But yeah, cockpit it's nice. It's basic, but it works. Now we're gonna move on to some more nitty-gritty stuff that's been done to it. We went over the big mods, the exhaust, the engine tune, the suspension. Moving on to some more comfort mods and just some reliability stuff here. So we have Vortex rear sets. These help a lot, get your feet up and back. with the Vortex, I did have to make a bracket to get the exhaust to hang correctly. Following that, we have a Heel Tech quick shifter and blipper. So stock, these bikes do have a quick shifter, but no blipper for downshifts. So that is added, and it does help, because when you're trying to bang down gears on the track and you have to rev match, it just adds a whole element that you have to think about, and just kind of makes you, I don't want to say slower, but it's definitely more stuff you got to worry about, and it is set up for race shift. As far as final drive goes, it does have a 520 conversion here. Stock ratio in the rear, but the front is down 1. That just gives you a little bit more torque coming out of the corners, and honestly, unless you're riding on the freeway a lot, going down 1 in the front does help. It does have a 520, like I was saying, instead of a 525, so you shave a little bit of weight there. Kind of picks up on that rotating mass, as well as the wheels. They are stock, but they are magnesium stock, so they're pretty lightweight, and there's not a real reason to upgrade them besides looks, and if you're actually good at riding. Speaking of lightweight stuff, it does have a lightweight brake rotor. I forgot who makes it off the top of my head, but a lot of people run them, and surprisingly, it looks like it wouldn't have that much grab, but the rear brake does work pretty good. Rear brake system, again, is all stock. I didn't really cover this, but we have stock rubber lines still. I'm looking to do the core lines for the rear. And again, stock lines, that means it goes up to an ABS pump, which it still has. Other than that, you can see a lot of visual stuff done to it. As far as covers, a tank spacer, the rear fender's carbon splash guard, and same with the front splash guard. Front fender, that is carbon as well. He does have winglets added to the bodywork, which, hate it or love it, I kind of like them on this bike, but to each their own. They definitely don't do too much because they're held in with some teeny little screws. I did put a taillight on it as well for street riding, and I also put some Q5S's on there for street riding. I do have a set of Dunlop slicks that I'll have to put on when I get to the track, but I ride it on the street a lot, so I got some DOTs for it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You know, other than a bunch of little things that have been done to it, such as like the Samco hose kit, the GB Racing covers on the water pump, I believe it's a cam gear cover, and on the ignition cover. And of course, to match all the Olin stuff, it does have an Olin steering damper, which is a pretty substantial upgrade due to the fact that you can just adjust it compared to stock. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. You know, first time filming with the Osmo, so it's a little bit new to me, always being on a gimbal. But if you guys like the video, just let me know. I got some more riding content, and I got an Osmo Action 6 review coming out as well, kind of like a first impressions. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions, like I said, and see you guys in the next video.